Hello.
Hi.
I love you so much. We're so excited to have our girlfriend, one of our besties over here.
Oh, yeah. Humble bragger.
Our humble bragger, an OG of this whole universe of Bravo, Heather Dubrow.
Hi, I'm Cynthia.
I'm Crystal. This is Humble Brag.
Humble brag.
Humble Brag.
Oh, I have tea.
Once a housewife,
Always a housewife. Can we say that again for the people in the back?
Humble Brag.
Humble brag. Brag with us. Heather
Guys,
Dubrow.
thanks for having me.
Hi.
I miss you guys.
I know.
I can't believe we have to do this to get together lately. Well,
I know.
It's true.
First, I missed the bar mitzvah because I was
You
at
are-
a wedding,
you
so
are
I didn't
right.
get to see you there either. I saw
Yes.
your daughter was there.
Yes, Noelle was there with me.
Meanwhile,
Yes.
Oh.
is it true
Oh.
that your daughter is being talked about as my son is
Yes.
for
Mm.
maybe a possible television show?
Oh, it is true.
Mm-hmm.
However, I do not think she's ready to do it.
Mm.
But she has been approached a few
Mm.
times.
Nikki, too.
What about your son?
Nikki has been approached,
Okay. Is
and
he
he's talking to him.
Okay. All
He's-
right.
That's good.
All right.
Yeah.
I love
No,
it.
I really like the production company. They're great. We could talk about it offline.
Oh, yeah.
But like, I just think it's great. And I think that if you can go into it as one needs to with sort of an open mind
Yeah.
and use it as a platform,
Mhm.
which it is a great platform,
It is.
and try to come out unscathed. He's been on TV since he was 7.
Yeah.
yeah.
But he has you both guiding him. So I think that that's a huge thing, right? I
Yeah.
mean, are you excited? Is this something like you
Well,
always...
let's see if it actually really happens, because
Well, I
There's
mean, I feel
talk
like
is
it. I mean, if he
cheap.
wants to
Right.
do it, I mean, it's like with him comes you guys. So that's another plus
right.
for the show. And I think that's one of the big main attractions for Gen X, Gen Z. What is it called? What's the name of the show?
Next Gen.
Next Gen. That's one of the biggest attractions for the show is the fact that, you have these housewife kids that, the audience is so invested in. And with them, you get the parents who gave birth to them to be a part of the show as well.
Yeah.
And as far as Noelle is concerned, I brought her on to Real Housewives of Atlanta when she was 8, and now she's 25. And although I would love for her to be on the show
Explore.
and explore and experience it, I feel like back then she didn't have a choice but to be a part of my package. So that choice just has to be hers at this point. So I'm like,
100%.
do it. I think it'd be a great experience, but it's completely up to her. So I don't know if it's going to happen, but, I'm excited that she was asked.
Yeah, well, of course, she's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yeah, she
Fabulous
has it all.
girl.
Yeah, well,
I
she's
mean,
kind of private,
she's the
though.
package.
She's kind of like one of
But
those.
Nikki's like that too. I mean, he did say to me, he was like, "Do you think I'm too boring to be?" Like, I'm like, "Look, they need all kinds of people
Yeah.
on
Mhm.
shows, and he's such a good guy.
I
How
think they
old is
need
he?
that.
He's about to be 22.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
And did you think they were going to approach Nikki? Were you
I
like-
did.
Okay.
I
So-
did think they were going to.
Okay, well then he's not too boring. Then
He's the greatest guy. He worked in hospitality this summer, and
Oh, nice.
he has his real estate license, and he was going to go in that direction. But he's still in college. He's a
Yeah.
senior, so he's been figuring out. And I said, "Try everything.
Yeah.
See what speaks to you." So he
Great
worked
advice.
in hospitality
Mhm.
this summer, and he loved it. And that's him. Like he's
Yeah.
just got, he's that
Yeah.
guy. He's got that kind of
He's just
personality.
putting himself out there.
Yeah. So I said, try everything.
Yeah.
So to the point of being on a TV show,
Yes.
whether it's this or it's something else, I think you explore all
Mhm.
options and you walk down the path until it says no to you.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Either in your heart, your mind, your pocketbook, like whatever it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's interesting because I think, like for me, as someone who's been on TV for a long time now, there's just not many shows that I probably wouldn't do. Like I just kind of like get it and like I understand how the
Really,
platform
you
works.
would do special ops force?
No, I wouldn't do that. No, to turn it
I would
down.
not.
That's the one she turned down.
I couldn't.
I would
prayed
never
about
do
it,
that.
You would never.
meditated.
I was going to ask you. You would
I
do it.
literally
No.
was having so much stress about even thinking about it. Like I
They
was like,
drown them. Everyone's getting waterboarded, buried. I don't know. That is so
I'm not
not
jumping
me.
out of a helicopter
No.
into the Indian Ocean. It's not going
No.
to happen. It's not going to happen.
Would you
I'm
do-
not even
Would
dipping
you
a
do
toe.
other shows like that?
No.
Oh, nothing.
I don't want to be on anything.
What
I don't
about
wanna-
traders?
No.
No, you got to do traders now.
You have to leave for weeks. No.
I know, but you
I'm
could
not
do
doing
it.
that.
I
No, I didn't really
No.
think
Great.
about that.
No.
Well,
No, I still would do it. I was
Wait, let me finish what I was saying though, really quickly, going back to the Noel, and then we'll close out. I think, like in my world, Noel's dad is an actor. I'm like a TV person, model, all that stuff. You hope that your kids will maybe be like, maybe follow your footsteps and be like, hey, I want to be like, all that stuff. But I don't think all of our kids want to go down
For
that
sure.
road.
Yes.
And I don't think it's something that should be forced on them. When they're kids, like they got to just, they're just a part of it.
Yeah.
But I respect the fact that she's making her own choices and, just doing her own thing. Like, just because I went down that road doesn't mean that, she
I
has to.
so agree with you. And even now, like some of my kids will participate on Housewives and some really don't like to film, which is fine. But it's funny that you say that. So Nikki got scouted last year by a big modeling agency.
Wow.
And he talked
That's
to
a good
them
one.
and he went in and then he went, you know what, Mom? I it's not my thing.
Yeah.
I go, you don't even want to like just explore it. He goes, no, I don't think that's my thing.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. And as far as I'm concerned, all I care about is that they're happy.
Yeah.
Whatever
Same.
that is,
That's
I
it.
don't care.
That's the bottom line.
Find something that you're passionate about that makes you happy.
This is a good lesson for me post bar mitzvah because I've been going through all the feels this week and seeing him grow up. And it's like you guys, you want everything for your kids. You want every opportunity. But I love that your kids have the strength to say no. Because I don't think a lot of kids do. I feel like there's a lot of like panic of what I'm going to do and try it all.
Yeah.
And I'm going to lose it if I, lose this opportunity. And they're just like, no, it's not for me. They're like protecting their space of what's right for them. And so like, cause I'm like, I want my kids to do everything. And they push back on a lot of me. Like, I don't want that. I'm like, why? I don't understand why you want to do that. And I have to check myself.
Right.
Because that's what I want for them. And ultimately, of course, like, I just want them to be happy. But I'm like, well, maybe you'll be happy doing this.
No, but you know what? But that's such a great thing that you're doing for them. Even if they say no, you've got to keep exposing them.
And maybe it's a no right now. Like they're still like our kids are still like 20s. Like that's still young. Like they're still
they're
like
babies.
You don't have to have it
finding
figured
their
out by
identity.
then.
Like Noelle may in 10 years say, "Hey, I want to be an actress now," or "I want to." She does a little bit of acting now, but I don't think she's super passionate about it. It's just opportunities that have come up.
Right.
But I don't know who this child is going to be in 10 years. So I'm like, you know what? I'm meeting you where you are right now. And I respect your choices. And it is what it is.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, I have a couple questions for you because
We
recently.
have more than a couple.
Yeah, okay, it's fine.
We finally got your butt over here.
I know. We're obviously girlfriends and we're going to talk all about our like little love fest here. But I have a couple questions about Housewives.
Oh, go.
Because recently, Cynthia and I were with Jeff Lewis and he had Vicky on, Gunvalson, and she was talking about rekindling her friendship with Tamara, and Tamara texted him in that moment and asking if it was real. And
he said it was.
He said it was real, and apparently he's connecting them now, like as we speak, essentially. Do you have any thoughts on that? Because you're OG.
Yeah, I mean, look, I love
You've gone through the history.
both of them. They were friends for a long time, but really haven't been friends for the last couple of years. And I've heard some very strong statements on both sides. So, I mean, curious to see how that all plays out.
Got it. So you're surprised?
A little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Because I watched, as you know, like I watched OC. I went to UC Irvine. So it was like, at the time it was on.
Yeah.
And so that was like I just loved OC, and their friendship was such a big deal. And their breakup of their friendship was so massive.
Which time?
What was really like the straw that broke the camel's back?
I don't know.
In that friendship breakup.
You know what's
Like,
so
was it-
crazy? Because I don't know, number one. And number two, it's also the same thing with Tamara and Gretchen. Because when I joined the show in season 7, they became friends. And and the three of us, we traveled together, we laughed together. I was in Tamara's wedding. Gretchen was at the wedding. Like everyone was friends. And then like there was this one reunion that was Gretchen's last reunion where, she had proposed to Slade and we thought it was performative. So, there was a little bit of bad blood, but like nothing, I didn't think anything terrible. And then all of a sudden it was like this huge feud reignited.
Right.
That was stuff from way before they had made up.
Right.
So that was so confusing to me, even still.
Yeah.
What was the straw?
Yeah.
And as far as Tamara and Vicky, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know either. I was like, what actually happened?
It felt, I don't know. I was actually sad because I always thought, I have very strong feelings about them as characters. I know more like Tamara personally now.
Yeah.
And like Tamara's a different person on the show than she is to
You
me
think so?
in real life. Yeah. But also, I don't know Tamara too well in real life, but she's very like soft when I talk to her in person, like
Yeah,
soft-spoken.
that's been my experience with her. You know, I
yeah.
did a bunch of stuff with Teddy and her with 2 T's and all that stuff. So I
Yeah,
have a
she's very
great relationship with her.
soft is the kind of word I would describe her as.
Right.
And she's not soft on television, but I think she's just good at being a housewife. Personally, I think. I don't know. I enjoy watching her. I think that she's really good at being like the supervillain and everybody wanting her off to like the other. And then it's like the arc of like, you kind of love her and you're like appreciate her as a housewife. And she goes back and forth and back and forth. And I don't know. I think she's very good at it. But
Well, you know, she was the first person I met on the show.
Oh, really?
So you started season
how did you get on the show?
7.
Like, what was your intro into
How did
this
they
whole
introduce
housewife?
me?
Yes.
Well, how did you get
How
on?
did
Yeah.
you, did they call you? Did you call them? Like, how did you end up on?
They called me.
OC?
Well, truthfully, what happened was a couple of years before I joined, maybe a few years before I joined, they had called Terry's office because, you know, they'll call managers of restaurants and plastic surgery office and say, hey, do you know anyone? Like, that's how they do casting. And so they had called and Terry was like, oh, there's this show, whatever. And I'm like, back on television? You know, because I went from a full-time working actress to a full-time stay-at-home mom.
Yes.
And then, you know, moved down to Orange County and, you know, there was no streamers or social media or anything like that.
As your trusted destination for all things home, Wayfair's got everything you need to cozyfy your space this fall. From comfy recliners to warm bedding and autumn decor. Wayfair even has espresso makers, so you can make that latte at home. You know the one. My favorite thing about Wayfair is the variety of products I can get to refresh any space in my house. From bedding and bath basics like warm linens, cozy throw blankets, and autumn-themed throw pillows, to seasonal home decor to spookify up the place for Halloween. There's something for everyone at Wayfair. Plus, find storage, kitchen essentials, work from home setups, and pieces to spice up anywhere. There's something for every style and every home, no matter your space or budget. Wayfair makes it easy to tackle your home goals with room ideas and curated collections. With free and easy delivery, even on the big stuff, there's no more huge delivery fees for furniture. No need to shop at multiple stores. Furniture, decor, appliances, cookware, all in one place. Cozify your space with Wayfair's curated collection of easy, affordable fall updates. From comfy recliners to cozy bedding and autumn decor. Find it all for way less at wayfair.com. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair. Every style, every home.
Finding a therapist is hard enough, but finding one who actually takes your insurance, that's where most online therapy platforms fall short. Many don't work with insurance at all, which means you're stuck with paying the full cost out of pocket or paying for an expensive monthly subscription.
Rula does things differently. They partner with over 100 insurance plans, making the average copay is just $15 a session. That's real therapy from licensed professionals at a price that actually makes sense. Think about it. You use your insurance benefits to maintain your physical health, so why wouldn't you do the same for your mental health?
Rula partners with a network of over 15,000 therapists and psychiatrists nationwide, enabling you to find your personalized solution and the right therapist for you based on your needs, preferences, and state requirements.
And Rula isn't just affordable. The experience is tailored around you. Other online therapy platforms might match you with the first available provider, whether or not they're the right fit.
Rula considers your goals, preferences, and background to provide you a curated list of licensed in-network therapists who are actually aligned with what you need, because they know that finding the right therapist can make all the difference.
No wait list, no frustrating back and forth. Rula makes it easy to find a mental health provider who's accepting new patients, and appointments are available as soon as tomorrow. Plus, Rula sticks with you throughout your journey, checking in to make sure your care is helping you move forward.
Thousands have already trusted Rula to support them on their journey toward improved mental health and overall well-being. Head on over to rula.com/humble to get started today.
After you sign up, they ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Go to rula.com/humble and take the first step towards better mental health today. You deserve quality care from someone who cares.
So I was so excited, and I filmed, they came over and we filmed a little tape and whatever. And then I met with the producers, and as it turned out, they thought I was too New York to be on the show.
You know, you do have a little New York
You're
I'm
vibe.
from New York.
Yes,
Oh,
you're very
that's
New
what
York.
it is. Okay, I didn't know that. I was going to
Yeah.
ask you where you're actually from.
Yeah, no, I was
Okay.
born in the Bronx. I like to say that because I feel like
Yeah,
it gives
the
me like
boogie
some
down
street
Bronx.
cred.
Yes.
And raised on the mean streets of Chappaqua.
Yes.
And and then moved out to LA and you know, became an actress,
Yes,
whatever.
here you are.
So here I am. So anyway, so I didn't get it. And then I found out that the show was mean.
Oh, you didn't even know what it was?
No,
You just were like,
this was before Beverly Hills Housewives was on,
Got it. Wow.
right?
Yeah,
Or
because
around the same
OC
time.
was like, who was first? I always get
OC.
confused. It was OC, and then I think it was New York, and then Atlanta, or Atlanta, New York.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Beverly Hills wasn't until like mid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I watched Beverly Hills because we were friends with Paul Nassif and Adrienne Malouf.
Yes, love Adrienne.
And so they were on. So I had seen it. I watched the first season of Beverly Hills. And so it's like, okay, wow,
yeah,
never doing this. Yeah.
Interesting.
And then so we were pitching a show about me and my girlfriends about opening a restaurant. And we were going to all these different production places.
Mhm.
And we were getting offers from everyone to do this show, but they wanted our restaurant to be fully funded and operational before they would even shoot a sizzle. And we were like, oh, we have to open the restaurant? I was like, never mind. But in our travels, we met with Evolution, who
Mhm.
produces Real Housewives.
Yeah.
And so I met Alex Baskin. That's when I met him. And so we left, and he called me and he said to Terry, because Terry had produced that
The show.
the
Concept,
show
yeah.
about the whole concept, and he had written to all these places. Anyway, he said, he goes, I really like that show, but do you think Heather would ever be on Real Housewives of Orange County? And he was like, no. He's like, are you sure? Anyway, long story short, Terry said yes. Terry signed the contracts for me.
What?
We didn't talk for 2 weeks.
Mm.
And then I went, fine, if you want me to be on this show so badly, I'll do it. And he goes, you will? And then he got nervous.
Mm.
So he showed me a scene from the
Uh-oh.
show where Tam was throwing wine on Gina Keogh. It's a really classic
Classic.
Yeah.
show.
In the
and
backyard.
Brianna in the side is going, I thought this was a classy party. And I started laughing. And he was, as I'm watching, he's like, why are you laughing? I thought you were going to go running from the room. And I was like, no, I get it. It's like a satire. It's like a Christopher Guest movie. I can do that. And then I called all my girlfriends and I'm like, listen, they want me to do this show. They said they'll incubate our show in it.
Mm.
Are you cool with this? Because your friendship is more important to me than doing this. So you let me know. And they were like, oh, I was never doing that. Oh, my husband would never. It was so funny. And they did incubate it. And we filmed and it aired.
Oh.
Me and my friends, you know, going to these places to look for, you know, spaces and whatnot. But then, like, we never opened the restaurant. And as you know, the story has to continue
Yes.
in order
Yes.
for it to be a story. Anyway, that's how I got here.
I love that.
Wow. I didn't know that.
It's always Terry.
It's always Terry.
I love Terry.
Yes.
That's
Terry,
amazing.
Terry saw the vision.
He
was like,
did.
can
And
do
he
this.
realized that the landscape of television had changed because
Mhm.
I thought it was going to be the last nail in the coffin that had been my career.
Mm.
Mhm.
And you have to also know at the time, there were no actresses on housewife shows.
That's true.
Right.
So, I mean, Kyle obviously is an actress, but
Oh,
she was
yeah.
at the time, she wasn't currently an actress. She
Right.
was a child actor.
Yeah.
Right.
And she's so talented, has done so many things, but at the time, you know, she wasn't. And so I was made fun of for years still.
Yeah. I
They
remember.
do. They make fun of me this
Yeah.
year too.
How did you get into acting?
I was always a performer since I was a child. So always musical theater. I went to school for musical theater and always thought I was going to go to Broadway
Mm-hmm.
and ended up getting cast on a few episodes of Divorce Court.
Oh, how was that?
Hilarious. Why Andy Cohen is never found. It's probably the worst acting I've ever done in my life.
How did they miss that?
I don't know. I
they're
can't-
usually
That's
good.
coming out. That we'll
I
find
don't
the
know. I
clips.
think I've said it before, but he's never found it, thank God. But so I did a few episodes of that, and then I had tape.
Mhm.
Remember when having
Yeah.
tape
Yeah,
was like
of
a
course.
big deal? And they flew me out to LA to work on something else. So I came out to LA, and my sister was with me, and her boyfriend at the time lived in LA. And I'm like, you know what? I could always go back to New York. I'm just going
Mhm.
to try it out here.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. And
Oh.
I stayed.
You know, Heather and Rob had met
Yes, years ago.
years.
Really?
Like, I don't want to even say the number, but well before me.
You could say the number.
Like
It was like
30
35 years ago.
Yeah, 30.
Wow.
Yeah,
We had mutual friends. So funny.
in the acting world.
Yes.
Yeah. Like she's like I mean, I look at you as an actor. I know that,
Yeah.
you know, you're sort of like an OG housewife at this point. And Terry obviously is, I mean, you guys are like the Bravo couple, but I just think of Heather Dubrow as an actress.
Well, I appreciate that. Heather Page Kent was the actress, and she may rear her ugly head again, but not so ugly.
Ooh,
No,
I like
you know
it.
what? Listen, I've been really lucky. I mean, when I first, so I'm a New Yorker transplanted to LA, dragged down to Orange County.
Mm-hmm.
And there was, like I said, there was no social media. There was no way to
Right.
make content. And it was very isolating. You know, being a new mom is isolating
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
But to go from full-time working person to that and in a new town and no friends and all that, that was difficult for me. For my career to take on this different, you know, turn
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big
has
turn.
been so
Yeah.
weird and interesting. But I do look at, you know, I got to be home for 10 years,
Yeah.
which was great. And then doing this reality show things and podcasting for 10 years and YouTube channels
Mhm.
and hosting things and, you know, and all of that, and still doing, you know, dripping in a little
Mhm.
guest star on a sitcom
Mhm.
here and there just to keep the toes wet while I'm raising my kids was a blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now I have 3 kids in college and I have a freshman in high school still at home,
Yeah.
but I have the light at the end of the tunnel and we're back in LA. So for me, I'm like, I'm ready.
Yeah. Are you excited to empty nest?
Hell
You
yes.
are? It's so funny. I can't
Like,
even
do you
imagine
even have
being
to
happy.
ask? It's like,
You're
yeah.
ready.
Yes, we're counting the days till Ace is gone. We're
Oh
like,
my God.
love you, kid, but I don't know. When are you driving?
It's so funny. I just can't even imagine like letting go.
I
And
know.
I still have him for many, many years in the house.
You're not, the light is not at the end of the tunnel.
No,
for you
But I
yet.
do have my
Yeah.
friends who like, they'll be in bed all fall. Their kid's gone. They can't handle it. Like, were you sad your eldest? No. Okay. So you're like,
I think I've been really good at enjoying the ages and stages.
Yeah.
So I see it.
It goes so
I'm
fast.
present. It really
It
doesn't,
really does.
Cynthia.
It
I have
really
4.
does. Yeah.
Doesn't go
well, she
that
has
fast.
one.
Oh, you don't, oh, I only have one.
Yeah,
so
I
mine
have
feel
4.
like it went
It goes
really fast.
on
Yeah.
and on and
Because you have 4, honey.
Yes. But I really have very present, really
Yeah.
enjoyed every stage except for like that douchey like 11 to 13, 14 stage. I
Mhm.
don't love that stage. Other than that, I love all the stages. But my job is to create independent, functioning, healthy
That's
humans.
right.
Yeah.
That's
And
right.
I will tell you, after they get back from that douchey stage, they're so fantastic and they're so cool. And I love the humans that they're
Aw.
becoming.
Yeah.
And I love watching them fly and figure it out. And
Yeah.
I want them to have adventures. And it's really cool.
You guys really seem like your family unit. It's like it's working. It's amazing.
true.
You guys really look great together.
I want to know
your kids
how
look super healthy. And
They
happy
are.
How do
and
you
it's awesome.
balance? How did you balance? Crystal and I talk about this a lot. Being on the show and being a mom, because I feel like I personally kind of lived in a ball of guilt for a long time because it was really difficult for me to separate filming and just be actually present when I was home because I was just so overwhelmed
Yes.
with just all the things that was always happening on the show. How did you balance that? Because
Probably not well. I mean, does anyone handle? There is no balance. I just think the balance is bullshit.
Mhm.
You know,
Mm.
it's like saying like how to have it all. I mean, I think having it all is realizing where you are right now. This is it. This is all of it.
Yeah.
And I don't care if you're filming or you're a nurse or
Mhm.
you're or you're a waitress or whatever your job is,
Mhm.
you're always going to feel guilty
Mm.
taking time
Mhm.
away from your kids.
Mhm.
But society does that to us.
Mhm.
I'll tell you the one thing that I love about being on Housewives, not the one thing, but one of the things
Mhm.
are the girls' trips. And I'll tell you
Oh,
why,
yeah.
and it's an answer to your question.
Okay.
When you're on a girls' trip, you are contractually obligated to be there and
That's
you
right.
have to check out.
Yeah.
And there isn't any
That's
of
true.
that balance of you're like filming
No,
and then you're
you're like,
home and then you're half in
I'm
and
gone
half
for
out.
5 days, 6 days.
Yeah.
I'm
So
not even reachable.
You're not reachable.
Unless
And
something crazy is happening, do not call this
do
phone.
not call me.
Yeah.
And they're handled and there's a sitter
Mhm.
or your partner's there and you don't have to worry
Yeah, you
about
gotta
it.
let it go.
But I just think whatever your job is, there's always that guilt. And to be honest with you, even in the years that I wasn't working, to be home with 4 kids, how can you ever service all of them
Yeah.
Right.
exactly correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Even now, I feel like I'm constantly thinking, who's the squeaky wheel or who's not squeaking, and is that a problem? And then, you know what? My kids are really great, but there's 4 of them, and some of them get along sometimes, some of them don't. I could say this on your podcast, not mine, because my kids will listen to it. But my 2 girls historically have not gotten along great in the last several years. And I don't mean terribly, but you know, it just is what it is.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And my daughter Kat went and took the train to Boston and visited her. They're both in college, and they spent a night together, and it was so cool. And I have said nothing. I'm just like saying bare minimum to the 2 of them.
Yeah.
And they FaceTimed me and they're like, "Oh, hi, Mom." And I'm like, "Oh, hi." And I took a picture, I took a screenshot, and Max goes, "I saw you take the screenshot." And I'm like, "Okay, that's fine." And I didn't stay on the phone with them long. I didn't really ask follow-up questions. I totally stayed out of it.
Yeah.
But when I tell you how my heart sings from seeing the 2 of them together, and I know that's just the beginning.
Yeah.
And that's when I think, you know, you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah,
I'm so
me
happy
too.
for you, but I'm happy for them. Like it's hard to watch. Yeah, it's hard to watch them not get along like that. And like just on the smaller level of my kids, it like breaks my heart actually.
Yeah.
And then when they come together, they have these special moments. I'm like, oh, I just want that forever.
And
But I think it's
they
right. You have
will.
to like step away a little bit.
And can't be a part of it.
Yeah.
Nikki told me last night, he said that the 4 of them are getting together in Boston.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, "Oh, you are? Oh, that sounds nice."
Yeah.
I would be the happiest mom alive.
Totally.
That is the dream.
But that's like the balance thing. And when your kids leave, the thing for when your kids leave is like, I don't need to be there. I don't need to see it. I have friends that like stalk their kids. I know where they are. I've got the apps.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm on top of these things. But knowing that they are together, knowing that they have relationships outside of us, that's exactly what we're trying to do.
That's right.
How
That's
does
right.
Terry feel?
He could care less.
How did you guys meet, you and Terry?
We met on a blind date.
What? Okay, now you got to tell me the story.
Okay, so I had one of my girlfriends, Carrie, an actress, and I was dating a comedian, and like nothing serious, just like fun. We're still friends. And so she was dating a transplant surgeon.
Okay.
So one night I was talking to them, and I'm like, "You don't know one Jewish doctor? Not one. Come on." And I sort of forgot about it. And then one day Carrie called me. She's like, "Hey, we're gonna do a double date." I'm like, "With whom?" She's like, "His friend, this doctor guy." I was like, "Really?" And she's like, "Yes." And I was like, "Okay, fine." And this was all because of the Yankees. That's how my friend met this guy, because I'm a New Yorker. So we'd go watch the Yankee game in Westwood at that sports bar that's on the corner there. I can't remember what it's called. We'd go watch the Yankee games, and he was at UCLA. So that's how she met him. And then he and Terry had gone to UCLA together. So
you never know what you have to say it out loud.
Yeah,
You
you manifested
manifested
him.
who knew? And so we went on a blind date at the Ivy at the Shore, the 4 of us.
How was it? Were you immediately attracted to him, or were you like,
He was so not my type. He was old. So we're well, it's true. We're 10 and a half years apart.
Okay,
So-
I was going to ask that. Okay.
So I was 27 and he was 38. So just like picture it, right?
Yeah.
I'm 27. I'm an actress. I'm on a TV show,
yeah.
living like a good life here. I have a little apartment. I have a little dog, doing the thing. And he's almost 40 and he's a doctor. Like, to me, that was so weird.
But back then, that was kind of considered a little older. Like 40
Yeah, see,
now is like
I'm hot
nothing.
for Terry now
Yeah.
at this moment. I'm like,
Crystal's like,
Jewish,
sign me up.
Yeah, older doctor. I'm like, yes, I get me on my apartment right now.
Yeah, no,
Don't forget, I was 20. Rob was 40.
Right.
Jewish
Yeah.
director, not very different.
Yes.
And I'm like,
Yep.
let's go. Let's just put
That's
the ring
true.
on.
You
Like,
were ready for
I was
it.
ready. Let's go.
I
Let's
was
go.
so not. Terry's so lucky that my mom was like, "What else are you looking for?" She's like, "He's Jewish. He's never been married. He has no baggage.
Love
He's
it.
Wow.
a doctor." I was like, "All right, I'll go on the second day."
And that was it.
And that was it.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
Well, Terry adores you.
Yeah.
We're very
That's
lucky.
very
We
obvious.
in December, so our blind date was December 7th. I don't remember any. I mean, I know our wedding anniversary, but I don't know anything else. But December 7th, because it was D-Day. Like I know
Yeah.
that date. So that's when we met, and it'll be 29 years.
29 years.
Mhm.
That's a long time.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
But it doesn't feel like that. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember my life before him. I mean, I do, but I don't. But I can't imagine my life without him. But in some ways, like, it's funny. I was clocking the other day that he was talking to someone and he kept saying my wife. And I was like, I find that so sexy. I like what he called it.
That's a good sign.
It still turns me on. Like,
Yeah.
I like that.
No, I love when I
your wife.
hear husbands speak of their wives and they say it with such pride. Like,
Yeah.
oh, my wife picked out the suit for me. Or like, my wife is calling. Like, I love the respect that comes behind that when men refer to their wives.
Isn't that nice?
Nice, yeah.
Yeah.
I think if they don't, that's a terrible sign.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Because I feel like it's lovely, but it's like at minimum. Like you have to have each other's back fully at all costs, no matter what's going on.
Mhm.
You have to present to the world you are a unit and you are okay, and that is your person, and I'm yours, you are mine, and our kids are our, like, that's it. Like you have to stick together no matter what.
Especially being on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the show, they just want to tear you apart, that show.
Did you and Rob ever fight when you were filming?
Yeah, it was hard.
Yeah, it's hard.
So when people like ask, like, do you want to go back and stuff like that, you know, of course there's moments of it, but like I don't miss that part.
Yeah.
And I was different. Like it changed the dynamic of our marriage, how I treated the kids. They thought I was really short with them. So it's funny when you were talking about the trip, I hated them.
Why?
Because, well, I knew I felt so isolated and alone. Like I didn't have any friends on the show in any real way. So I was like, oh God, here we go. I'm sure I have to fight with someone, and leaving my family, Max and Zoe were probably 5 and 7. I'm like,
Yeah, I know. My kids were young when I started too. It's very hard. when
and
they're
you
little.
can't, like you're always mic'd up around the clock. So I never could just like call Rob to like spill and like just, vent. So I just felt like I'd text and like I wouldn't eat. I was so stressed, and I would get back home and like either be distraught or exhausted. I just couldn't engage in my home life the way I really am as a person. And so, I mean, it wasn't like fighting. It was, he was on eggshells with me, and I was.
As he should be.
And I was
I
always.
wish Terry was more on
upset.
eggshells.
Terry's very relaxed, but also Terry does it too.
Yeah.
Rob doesn't. Rob pops in if they ask him to, but Terry's has his own show. Like Rob is not in front of the camera.
Right.
So he didn't know how to deal with me. And I was just like, anything Rob said, it was wrong. I just couldn't, like, I just had to get through filming, and then it would air and I had to get through that. And then, it was, long story, it was so challenging on us. And so I feel like I'm back to normal, because I like Rob being the husband and like leading, and I'm the mom, and I'm, I have my life here, and
You have a dynamic.
Yes, we have a dynamic that has worked for us. You say 20, this year we'll been together for 23 years.
Yeah.
Like
Wow.
we've been
a
a
long time.
It's amazing.
long time, and it worked because I enjoyed that. And I see how marriages break up because it shifts the dynamic.
Yeah, but don't you think that, well, first of all, I think some people come on these shows to blow up their marriages. They're done. And
For sure.
there have been people, I don't know, is this public, that have come on where they have said, I wanted my wife to have something.
I think that has been said in kind of ways. Yes.
Yes. So
Fourth
there's,
wall, kinda,
yeah. So there's that. I don't think the show can ruin a good marriage.
I was going to say that.
I think it polarizes what's already going on. Now, having said that, can it test you? Yes. I mean,
Absolutely.
Terry and I, like, we had one really bad year on the show. And I think for us, Terry wasn't on TV. I mean, he did a couple of little, like The Swan and like a couple little shows, but, not like now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he thought it was a lark. To him, it was like folly. To me, it was, what am I doing here? What is this going to do to my career? It was
of course
important.
Yeah.
And I was nervous when I joined, and how am I going to be perceived, and what's my family going to say? And it was all just very new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all of that. And he thought it was like a big fat joke, and he would make jokes at my expense on camera, and then I would be so infuriated, and
Yeah.
then we like got into like this crazy cycle, and then of course the audience is like, she's humorless,
Yeah.
you know, free Terry,
Right,
you know,
right.
and it's like, okay,
But
Yeah.
also Rob's very jokey. And I remember just being panicked. So I'm like, you're going to look like an asshole. And
don't make jokes.
yeah. And like our whole life is one joke. We
Yeah.
just constantly, we're a very sarcastic family.
Right.
But when the cameras are up, all I could think of is how they're going to misinterpret
I was like
how
that
we
too.
are
I
with
get
each
that.
other.
Yeah.
So then I try to control how we were.
Yep.
And then Rob
And
would
that
be
makes
like,
it worse.
And that makes it worse.
actually.
And
I would
Rob's
do
like,
the same
relax, who
thing.
cares?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we're funny. Who cares what they think? I'm like, I do. I care. And like, that's going to look bad. And I'd always have to prep him before they came over to film us. And he's like, relax. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Or he'd say something and I'd be like staring at him. And then I could not get through it the rest of the dinner because I
Yeah.
was so mad.
You're
and
already seeing the
freaked
edit
out.
in
You,
your
you
mind.
and I might be the same person.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
I
I know.
actually
I
blame-
totally get it.
And I was so panicked. And so that's like the dynamic of
Yeah.
like, then they would leave. Like, why did you say that? He goes,
Yeah.
I'm like, now people are going to, you know, and they're going to edit it to where I'm looking at you angry and did it. He's like, well, then don't be
Yeah.
angry. Whatever, get over. If you don't want to do this, if you don't want to be real, then let's not be the real. I'm like,
Yeah.
we are real. You know, it was just so much full of angst all the time.
I know.
So yes, like a great marriage, it shouldn't, but man, it really put a lot of intensity on
Yeah.
us.
Us
as a
too.
family.
I think social media
Oof.
changed the game
Oh yeah.
because
Do you remember when Instagram came out?
before that, yeah, I totally remember when it came out. And, you know, before you just watched TV, nobody talked about it. You just watched and you liked who you liked and you didn't like who you like. And if you didn't like the show, you didn't watch the show. And it just,
You waited for People magazine to come out.
There you go. Thank you.
And remember,
Thank
we
you.
get like a blurb in the TV guide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
And that was exciting.
Still might have
it was,
those. Yeah.
those were like the glory years.
Yes.
Like I can't imagine. Like I remember having to go on. I had to join Instagram because I was a part of the Housewives. I wasn't on social media. That was like, you know, the beginning of it. And just getting back to the whole marriage part of it, as someone who's been married and divorced twice on the show, and I don't blame the show in any way, to be honest. I think that, you know, if you are not one and you are not like unbreakable off TV, if you go on TV, then you're going to have some issues.
Right.
If there's cracks in that foundation, because you will be
Totally.
tested, you're going to have to deal with, because you have your real life issues. And then you have to still deal with those. And then you also have to deal with show issues now, because now you're under a magnifying glass.
Mhm.
And, you know, your husband's quirky humor, nobody cares about in real life because they're like, oh, that's just Rob, but that's
Right.
just whoever.
Right.
But on TV, it's like, oh my God, he's like gaslighting her. He's doing this, he doesn't even like her. You know, it just opens up a new conversation for your marriage.
Mhm.
Then you start
Yeah.
looking at your husband like, is he a narcissist? Is he gaslighting me? Does this man like me? Like, you actually start to question those things, because we all like read the stuff, and after a while we're like, oh my God, like, why do they think that about him? He's just being silly. Like things that I would even do on the show that I thought, you know what? When I'm uncomfortable, I just try to like make fun of the situation. I make fun of myself and try to turn it into humor. And then that could turn into like, and that's how what happened with Friend Contract. And
Yeah.
it ended up being a whole thing. But I was like, you know what? This is so ridiculous. I'm just going to put this girl under contract because I don't know if we're friends or not. I just need to know, like, and I'll just make it funny and silly. And that turned into literally making it seem like, oh my God, Cynthia's obsessed with this person who gives a friend contract.
Right.
And it was
Never.
clearly
It's how
a
it's an
joke.
iconic
moment.
It was
Yeah.
always a joke. And in the end, I mean, I kind of had the last laugh because with everything that I went through my first season on the show, that was one of the things that they loved.
Right.
You know, at the network, like it just was good TV. And I didn't even know, you don't know good TV your first season. You're like,
course
I don't even
not.
know what I'm doing. And it's never like what you think it's going to be. You know, it's so different to be sitting on the couch watching it and then to be in the TV actually doing these shows. So, yeah, I totally get what you guys are saying.
But social
It's
media
rough.
changed the game. For sure.
Completely.
I only
Completely.
been on it since social media, but man, and I feel like I joined in 2020 during COVID. So I think social media got really popular then
Yeah.
because everyone was home.
Sure.
So man, it's like, it was just too much for me. Okay, but I have a question, speaking of social media on the show. Are you, like, your season right now is really about breaking the fourth wall.
Yes.
And social media and stuff. When it kind of came up, how do you feel about this storyline of?
I hate it. And I think the audience hates. I mean, look, let me preface this by saying our numbers are great.
Yes,
We're having
they
a
are.
very strong season. So that's terrific. I think, it's just like anything else. No one wants to, it's like this. No one wants to hear about your dream. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I had a bad dream last night. About what? No one's going to say that because no one wants to hear about your dream because it's not real, right?
Right.
No one wants to hear, in the same way, people don't want to hear about stuff that happened off camera that they can't see. So, we all know this. There are rules, guidelines set in place that we don't, during our filming season, we don't speak to each other off camera.
Right.
And it makes sense because if the three of us are on a show together and Cynthia, I call you and I say something so rude about Crystal and you now want to tell her and now this entire storyline is now about something they didn't see.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you an example of what happened.
Okay.
Years ago, I threw a Valentine's party and I don't know if you remember this, but it was really cute. And it was like, I had these trees with questions. And so you'd have to go over there and cut your question down and do a whole thing. And it was like racy, whatever. And it was a long table. It looked like The Bachelor, like all red roses and the things. And I don't really remember what drama happened there, but this is what I will tell you. The cameras went down and there were 6 of us still sitting there. And they're pulling the lights and doing all the thing. And the hugest fight broke out. Like of epic proportions between Tamara and Lizzie. And it was outrageous. And no one, this is before people would use producer cams, pick up their phones, anything like that. And they didn't get any of it. And I remember that season, we spent time
talking
about this event that no one saw. And it was then that they started saying to us, hey, if something's going on, pick up, and there's no cameras that pick up your phone to film it because it was so crazy. You missed it. I mean, look, I don't want to talk about things that happen off camera.
Right.
I think it's lame.
Well, do you think it's inevitable at this era of housewives with social media?
I do, because what happens is now that social media is involved, there's things that do happen that we don't see. And then when you go into the season to film the stuff that we do see, we're confused at like, well, why is Crystal acting that way when something has happened that we didn't see? So,
you mean between seasons?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That is different. I agree with you. You can't film 24/7, 365, right? So we film for 3.5 months and then there's times we're not filming.
Yeah.
Totally understand. And we're friends. So you hang out with people, you see people at parties, whatever. If something happens during the off season and it's discussed, yes, I agree with you. That's unfortunate, but that does happen.
Yeah.
That is different than engaging with bloggers and
that's a whole nother
outside
thing.
people. And that's what's going on with us this season. And that no one wants to
I've
hear
never,
about that.
to me, that's like
so hard to navigate.
That's kind of,
because it's all hearsay.
Really,
also
it gets really dirty because
it gets dirty. And our show is about relationships between women.
Yeah.
Not relationships between women and bloggers.
Yeah.
Right. Because you're doing a television show about the women.
Right.
That's what it makes it feel like you're not friends, is that now you are like, why real friends wouldn't call a blogger about each other, because bloggers wouldn't know you if you're not on a television show.
And even like I remembered like different people who maybe didn't like some of my castmates would DM me all kind of crazy stuff. I would never, like, to me it was almost like an unwritten rule. Like, you just don't want to go there because you want that same grace if somebody tries to do that to you, to just say, you know what, I'm not touching that. That just feels like, this is, I'm dealing with what I know and what's in front of me. I'm not going to go digging. I'm not going to go, I'm not going to entertain sources. These are people I don't know. All I know is they don't like the person that I'm fighting with right now. But I just feel like you put yourself in such a bad position when you take that stance, because now you're bringing in an element to the show that you don't know how this is going to go. And let me tell you something. If someone's DMing you some stuff about somebody, you better believe they're DMing somebody some stuff about you.
Well, there used to be a code on the show. No careers, no kids. Like, it was a code. And it was very clear. And everyone understood the rules of engagement.
Yep.
And I will tell you, I was on the show for 5 seasons and I left for 4 seasons, which equated to 5 years.
Why did you leave? I'm trying to remember.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
But when I came back, the show had changed. And
The kid thing hopefully stands. I feel like that, well, for Atlanta, it's kind of slippery sometimes.
It's slippery.
But the career thing, forget about it. They come for your whole life.
They come for your career.
They come for your life.
husbands.
Yeah.
They come for your kids.
Yeah.
They come for anything. And it's not okay.
Mm-mm.
And I would like to see that code reinstated. I think partially, it's hard to cast these shows. My joke is like, spoiler alert, the Bachelor contestants are not looking for love. No, they're looking for TikTok followers. But I mean, the same could be said for Housewives.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's really difficult to find. Like, I'll show you a great example on our show is Jen Pedranti. I think she was a great addition to the show. She's very authentic.
Yeah.
She shows her life and all those things. And I think it's hard to find people that just want to do that. And so many of these women, not just on our show, but I see it across the board or hear about it across the board, that people want to, it's like a game of Survivor and alliances and things. And it's like, it was never, yes, to a certain extent, you're in a friend group, you know, who's your bestie, who's your this, who's got your back. Yes, for sure. But this has taken it to a whole new low.
I think your show feels one of the more authentic shows to me because I know that you guys are actually like have relationships when you're not filming.
Right.
Like our show, I'm sure it is more than I was not really involved in like the friendship part of my show. Like I didn't feel that way. But like, cause I think you guys have gone on for so long, like you guys have a lot of history.
Yeah.
So I feel like when new people come in and sort of play these kind of new games, you could feel the difference between like the authentic cast and like kind of the newbies trying to do something, you know?
Do you remember I don't know if you saw this, but our reunion maybe 2 years ago, I had been out to lunch with Jen Pedranti and I called Tamara an historical friend. And she kind of, sorry, Jen, but she kind of twisted it and made it sound mean. But what I was trying to say was she's an historical friend. We've been friends for so long.
You guys have history.
That and it's almost like your war buddies, right?
Yeah.
You go through an experience with someone like Housewives, and you are, attached to them.
You're bonded, even if
You're
it's a
bonded.
trauma bond. You're bonded.
You are bonded. So what I was trying to explain to Jen was that I feel that way about Tamara, and she's a friend for so many years that it doesn't mean I have to agree with everyone, but you don't throw people like that away.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, I have a question then.
Yeah.
Looking back now, do you think she actually knew what that meant, but she just used it to be a little shady?
No, she was trying to be shady.
Oh, okay. Because that's a very obvious.
No,
I don't think anyone
she went
really
like
gets
this.
it.
She repeated it and she goes, Heather said she imitated me and said, like, I said it like an historic friend. Like, she said it shady.
So she took a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it landed good for her. But
you
that
know what?
wasn't true.
Right. But that's so annoying.
Yeah,
Because
but
we all
very
housewives know why you said that.
Yeah.
Because once you're on this side of it, there's a camaraderie and an understanding of what that would mean.
But also, I'm not stupid.
Right.
I would never. They hate each other.
Yeah.
I would never say something
Anything
controversial
that you would have a
to
problem
someone
backing
that
up.
hated
Right.
her. Like,
Right.
Exactly.
I'm not dumb. I
Right.
wouldn't. Even if I felt that way, I wouldn't say that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know that low hanging fruit, like those situations like that really get lives on a platform like this. And you're like, clearly, like it's like friend contract. Clearly it was a joke. Clearly that was not really a dig, but you can take that wordplay and try to make it something else.
Totally.
And that's just, this is how these shows work. Like this is how it works on.
So
Did
how do
you
you
like? Oh, sorry. Did you like being back?
As a friend?
Yeah.
I love being back as a friend.
Support for today's episode comes from Square, the system powering like half the places I go. If you've ever tapped to pay and thought, whoa, that was fast, it was probably Square. Whether you're selling lattes, cutting hair, detailing cars, or running a design studio, Square helps you run your business without running yourself into the ground.
I love visiting El Zarapi in East Hollywood. They use Square. There's something about businesses that use Square. They just feel a little more put together. Quick checkout, easy receipts. Sometimes I even get loyalty points. Love that.
Square is a platform behind the scenes of so many businesses you already love. Whether someone's selling smoothies, cutting hair, fixing bikes, or running a boutique, Square gives them one connected system to take payments, manage inventory, run payroll, send invoices, and track it all from one place.
This isn't just a point of sale. Square includes hardware that works in person and on the go. software for managing staff, marketing, and customer insights, and banking tools like Square Checking to get paid instantly.
Square isn't just fast. It's smart, transparent, and built for the way people actually run their businesses. No contracts, no hidden fees, no complicated installs, just tools that accept every major payment method, tap, chip, Apple Pay online, let you see sales and inventory in real time across every channel, and help you access your earnings immediately with Square Banking.
If you're starting a business or running one that deserves better tools, Square helps you sell, manage, and grow without slowing down. Right now, you can get up to $200 off Square hardware at square.com/go/humble.
That's SQUARE.com/GO/humble. Run your business smarter with Square. Get started today.
You know, Crystal, I was reading the other day. It's been over 16 years since the federal minimum wage went up. 16. Meanwhile, everything from groceries to gas to glam has gotten more expensive.
Right? Company productivity has doubled, but our wallets definitely haven't. And get this, 1 in 5 people don't even qualify for a basic credit card. It's wild.
It really feels like the system's broken. And honestly, not everyone has parents who can co-sign or hand them a perfect credit score. But everyone deserves a fair shot to rent an apartment, buy a car, or get a house like our parents could.
That's exactly why I started using Kickoff. It's a simple, affordable credit building app that actually works. I didn't have to overthink it or fill out a ton of paperwork. I just signed up on my phone and that was it.
Same here. I love that Kickoff is so transparent. Plans start at just $5 a month. There's no hidden fees and zero interest. You can just make your payments on time, and Kickoff reports that good behavior to credit bureaus.
And it really makes a difference. Users with credit scores under 600 saw an average boost of 84 points in their first year with on-time payments. That is huge.
I also love the rent reporting feature on the premium plan. You're already paying rent, right? Kickoff makes sure those on-time rent payments get reported, and only the positive ones. It's such a smart way to build credit without changing your life.
And it's honestly so easy. You can start building credit immediately for just $1 your first month. Set up auto pay so you never miss a payment, and sign up in minutes. No credit check, no stress.
And listen, with over 1 million users and hundreds of thousands of positive reviews, it's no wonder Kickoff is the #1 credit builder on the App Store. It's safe, trusted, and actually helping people take control of their finances again.
So start building your credit today and get your first month for as little as $1. That's 80% off when you go to getkickoff.com/humble.
That's Kickoff without the C, GETKIKOFF.com/humble.
Must sign up via getkickoff.com/humble to activate offer. Offer applies to new Kickoff customers first month only, subject to approval. Offer is subject to change. Average first-year credit score impact of plus 84 points, Vantage Score 3.0 between January 2023 and January 2024 for Kickoff credit account users who started with a score below 600, who paid on time, and who had no delinquencies or collections added to their credit profile during this period. Late payments may negatively impact your credit score. Individual results may vary.
This was what, your second season as a friend?
Was I an official friend? I was an official friend last year.
Yeah,
this is my second season as an official friend.
What's it like being a friend?
It's great.
It's
actually.
easier?
Well, yeah. Well, you know what? Okay, easier. So here's the thing. For me, it's not like I just came out of nowhere and became a friend. So I have a lot of history with the women. I've been a part of the show, a part of the platform for over a decade. So I'm like a friend, but kind of like a friend with benefits in a way, if you know what I mean. So I still film quite a bit. I'm still involved in all the trips. I do trips. I host events. Like, it's almost like, again, like friends with benefits.
Gretchen was like that this year.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. What I can appreciate about Atlanta, because they don't have to do this. They don't have to give that. I feel like for me specifically, going back into that space as not a housewife, because there was a time when people looked like, oh, she's just a friend of the show. Like, it always was kind of seemed like less
like a
than.
negative thing, yeah.
Or just like you're like, a demotion.
Right.
Or like, somehow you're not good enough to be a housewife when, obviously after a decade, I got the t-shirt, girl. I don't have anything to prove. It's like, listen, for me, I feel like as long as I've been around, like, why not still leverage my relationship with the show, with the network, with my fans? Like, why would I just cut? I've literally given the blood out of my veins on the show.
Yes.
My kid came out as fluid on the show. Like, a lot has happened on the show. I had married and divorced on the show. So I still love that. I still love, as a business person, being in business with a company that I've been working with for years.
And you're so good at using the platform too.
Yes.
And I think that's the other thing too. Like authenticity sells, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you are who you are, and the audience believes
That's
you.
it.
And then you can use this platform
Absolutely.
for good and monetize it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the other thing, we were just talking about this. I don't have to Noelle had to be on the show with me when she was 8 years old.
Right.
My mom, I was like, you got to come on here with me. They want to see my family. They want to see my life. The thing that I love about being a friend, I don't have to include my family.
You could just do
This is just something, let me just go in, let me get in and out, let me be in the hot seat, let me be in the cold seat, wherever it is, whatever bullets are coming, I'm the only one that's going to take
Sounds lovely.
those
I
bullets.
know.
And for me as a fellow actress, acting is my priority at this point in my life. And I love that I still get that I can do both. And they've, the network has been gracious enough to work around like my situation. And it is, it's not the same money as being a housewife, but I'm good with it. I'm good with it because I have other things going on.
I think she's really benefiting now from all the work she put in. Like you get to, like every time she like films, like she doesn't, I used to like cry after, I couldn't even talk. She's like, oh yeah, I just got off a scene. Like, wow, like it was good. She's like, yeah, I got a couple bullets, whatever, it's fine.
Got a couple strays.
She's just chilling all the time. I'm like, damn, like
Well, you put it in perspective. I think that's so smart.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
great.
I mean, I still have to get in it. Like, I'm not off limits as a friend. And we were talking about that as well. But I don't feel like I'm a main target either.
Yeah.
But I do have an opinion. I do involve myself in, what's happening. I love that I just get updates at this point. Like, I show up and I'm like, what happened? I went to LA for 5 minutes and all hell is broken loose. So,
Are you guys filming now?
yes, we are.
she's leaving
When are you done?
tonight.
I'm leaving on the red eye tonight.
When are you guys done?
Girl, we have like 2 more months to go. Yeah,
You just started.
Yeah, we just started.
You're
We
just
haven't even done an
getting
international
going.
trip yet or any of that stuff.
Oh, you're just getting
Yeah.
going. We
Yeah.
have the reunion coming up.
So I was
Yeah.
going to ask you, how are you feeling about the reunion? I want you to give us your prediction of the seating chart. And where do you go next year with all this fourth wall blogger stuff? How do you transition out of that? And how do you forgive, or how do you move on, or do you not? Or do you just assume that people are going to be doing that still? This is a multi 20-page answer
question.
for you. Yeah.
Okay. The reunion, I don't mind the reunion.
Okay. You're feeling good about it.
Well, I just talk. So,
Mhm.
and I know they think I talk too much, but whatever. You know what? I don't.
Honey, they need talkers.
Listen,
I don't study for the reunion.
Yeah.
I don't,
Yeah.
come up with shtick.
Yeah.
I just like,
same. You don't have props.
I
You're
don't,
like,
I don't need them.
Yeah.
We're good.
You're
We can come up with
Yeah.
it on the spot.
Do you rewatch the season?
No.
Do you?
Mm-mm.
Oh, so you just go in cold. Whatever.
You know what? It's funny. I used to some seasons. It depends. Like there was one season, everyone was very mean to me, and I was like, after each episode, I was taking notes because I wanted to remember.
what
certain
was
things.
happening.
This season, I'm kind of like, wow, okay. Hope I remember that, and then I
Yeah.
move on. I
Yeah.
just like there's a lot. I am just doing in a good way, like a lot of different things right now, and so I'm not so worried about that. Hopefully, it'll all come back to me.
What's your seating
Yeah.
chart prediction?
I think that I don't know exactly how the seating will go, but I think one side of the couch is going to be me and Gina and Tamara and Katie. And I think the other side of the couch is going to be Emily and Shannon and Jen and Gretchen.
Emily and Gina on the opposite side?
They've been on
Oh,
the
okay.
They,
Just
I
because
don't
of
think
their-
they actually usually sit next to each other.
Oh, interesting.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not sure.
Okay. And do you think everyone's going to come back?
I don't know. That's
Okay.
above my pay grade.
Okay. Okay.
I think that you know what? This is what's interesting. Next season is season 20. And as the OG franchise, this is epic, right?
Mhm.
So we have this iconic 20th season to look forward to.
Mhm.
And I'm curious to see what they decide to do. I mean, do I think that if it were up to me, I would drip every single former Orange County housewife in a scene.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
Like literally
Well, I've
everyone
definitely
that's
been-
ever even one
Mhm.
season people, everyone.
Online, they've been talking about Vicky coming back as
Mhm.
like the 20th.
I think Vicky's talking about Vicky coming back.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it would be
You want everyone to drip in?
No, not everyone.
Okay.
That might be over. By the way, we don't have enough time. For every 30 hours we film, 20 minutes makes it to
Yeah,
the air.
exactly.
There's not enough for that. But like iconic housewives,
Yeah.
I think should come back. I think do I think Vicky will have some presence in season 20? It would shock me if she didn't.
Okay.
Yeah. I like Vicky on the show.
But having said that, I think that to your point, Cynthia, like this blogger thing and everything, we need a little refresh.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily mean cast, but it means content.
Yeah.
I do think about, the future of the show. And I am so proud, honestly, to be a part of the whole thing. And to be
How many years has it been now?
Well, I mean, I started when my youngest was 9 months old and he's turning 15.
Okay.
Wow.
So that's how long I've been involved in one way or another. But, I think that I want to see the show continue.
Yeah, that's right.
And we're not all going to be on these shows forever.
That's
so
right.
the question is, how can we bring some newer faces in there that aren't playing a game of Survivor?
Yeah.
That aren't,
that organically, that makes sense to hang out with you guys and really become friends with you.
Yeah, or that are some of our friends who I think would be great. I've given some names for next year that I think are terrific. And I know some of the other girls have as well. So, I mean, I would love that.
Well, I would love for you to go to Beverly Hills.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about
I
that.
love that I loved the moment on the show.
Look, I don't know how I failed the lie detector for the paparazzi. It's so annoying to me. I can't even tell you.
It's probably because it's an annoying topic for you.
Well, they asked me 3 questions and I answered them all honestly. Are you scared of Tamara? Yes. Would you rather be on Beverly Hills? Yes. Did you call the paparazzi? No. Why would I lie for that?
Right.
So annoying.
So silly.
So silly. But I will tell you, when they brought up the whole idea of the lie detector test, some of the girls were like, yay. And some were like, no. And I felt like, fine, if you want to do that, that's okay. But the one problem I did have with it was our whole show, all of the shows, are based on, it's a water cooler conversation. It's about the audience deciding who they believe. And so for me, I was not crazy about that.
I got it. It's not dissimilar from like the whole blogger thing. It's all kind of.
What are we going to do? Run to a lie detector?
Right.
And
Was that your first time?
Yes.
I've never had a lie detector test.
And I'll tell you, usually apparently.
I feel like I would be stressed out. I feel like my energy, I would have all this stress in me to even take it that it would throw it off.
Yeah.
And they put a thing on you around your ribs and it's so tight and it's like you're very claustrophobic in there. And honestly, for a real one, you'd have, and when I say real one, I mean like an extended one.
Yeah.
This was a real test.
Yeah.
Who brought it up? Who brought this concept in?
I have no idea. But it was a real test. But when they do like one for the police or whatever, I think they do pre-questions for like 45 minutes. It's a more
extensive thing.
It's a more extensive test.
Yeah.
But I don't think, everyone was like, well, this is 100%.
Yeah.
I think the thing was, it was confirming things that people had known, whatever.
Had they asked you other questions that didn't air? Or were they just like really specific about what they wanted to show?
Those were my 3 big questions.
Got it.
I think.
Got it. Because I think they do the pre-interview to relax you, to like, it's sort of to set, the barometer, the baseline.
Yeah, but it's also the way they ask you. Like when they asked me about the paparazzi, the first time he asked me the question, because they ask you the same question more than once.
Right.
So the first time he asked me the question, he said, when you saw the paparazzi at Disneyland, did you know it was for you? And I go, I didn't see them. It wasn't a thing.
Right.
And then he asked me the regular way. So I don't know if that had something to do. I have no idea. I'm over it. I know.
Yeah.
And then we were in Beverly Hills and that paparazzi gal, Shane.
Oh, yes.
Was like, she had nothing to do with it, whatever. And when we walked away, I said to Emily, I go, oh, great. Now everyone's going to say,
so funny.
She planted that.
I'm sure you hate seeing TMZ come to you. Like now, is it so annoying?
Now I just think, it just doesn't, I just laugh.
You just got to laugh about it.
Who cares?
You just gotta
it's very LA. Look, I think people don't really realize how it works, but I think that's what makes, they leaned into it on the show.
Well,
because it's definitely something that's not real in other cities in the world.
Totally. But what I didn't like about it was that whole storyline was based on a cheating rumor because they were saying Terry was cheating on me.
Oh, well, that's horrible.
It had come up the season before, and when they brought up this stage pop, I went, well, that's stupid. That didn't. I was so nonplussed by it because it was so dumb.
Yeah.
But then it kept getting brought up. It kept and that's what, But that's why it's upsetting when they keep bringing it up.
Yeah.
It's because it's based on that.
Yes, of course.
And that affects your family and your kids. And
Of course.
Yeah.
I think you've really navigated it well. I mean,
I
I
think
know
so,
you guys
too.
personally as a couple. And
aren't we having dinner
it's
on
tomorrow?
Wednesday? Tomorrow?
Is it tomorrow? Was it?
Wednesday.
Yeah, we're having dinner.
I think it's Wednesday.
It's
Yay.
I know, but just like, and Rob like loves you guys so much.
know.
But yeah, I don't know if you know this. Cynthia and Rob are one human. They're like
The
you and
same
I are one
people.
human. Rob,
Rob and I are the same
They
person.
are-
That's
for
so
sure.
funny.
I essentially just like sleep with Cynthia at this point because they're the same.
Yeah.
But it's just like I look at all the couples on abroad and all these Bravo like shows, and I'm like, how would they ever talk about you and Terry? It's just such a like easy dumb shot. That's
Well,
so
listen, success breeds contempt.
There you go.
And at the end of the day, you have got to know, and I always say this, it's like no matter what's going on
Mhm.
the show, I get to go home.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean to the house and the things and
That's right.
whatever.
Yeah.
It means I'm going home
Yeah.
to that relationship,
That's right.
to those kids,
That's right.
to that life, and to those, to all those things, the things that are actually important. And they can say whatever they want.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And does it hurt sometimes?
Mhm.
Yes, of course it does. It all
Mhm.
hurts. It
Yeah.
affects you. I'm sensitive, all those things, but you get to go home.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
get to go home. And I think that's a perfect way to end this, like, honestly, because that is the beauty of the lives that we live. Like,
Yes.
we get
We're very
to
lucky, all of us.
be who we are.
Yeah.
And we get to go home.
Yes. But
Yeah.
speaking of your home, you started a new podcast
I
with
did.
Terry.
I
Can you
did.
tell us about it?
Yes.
As we
I'm going there right after this. So, after being a podcast host for 10 years,
Oh,
can you
wow.
imagine?
Wow.
And it's had
You
a few
got in
different-
early. Like,
Yeah,
that's.
I did.
Yeah.
Well, my agent said, "Oh, you need a podcast." I go, "Great idea. What's that?" No, I just always say yes.
Right.
So, and it had a few different iterations, and
Yeah.
I loved it. But I got to a point where I thought, okay, I'm ready to just do something
Yeah.
new for a hot minute. And Terry and I have been doing these really, according to my children, very cringy TikToks. But
So
they
cute, though.
get
Love it.
millions of views.
they really do.
Yeah.
I see that. I can push them.
Yeah, thank you. And so I said to him, I'm like, you know what? We've written 3 books together. We've had, TV shows together and hosted things together and all kinds of things
Yeah.
and products and whatever.
Mhm.
And I go, maybe
Why
it's
not?
time to do a podcast together.
Yeah.
Why don't we just try it and see? And I still may do a second podcast and do something a little more female oriented and that
Mhm.
kind of thing. I'm not sure. I'm just like seeing where things go, but we're having so much fun.
Right. What do you
I
guys
love
talk
it.
about?
We talk about everything. I mean, we talk about, this week, someone choked at Mr. Chow's a couple weeks ago and Terry had a Heimlich. This person, I literally walked in from the bathroom and everyone was looking to the left, like it was an eclipse. And I was like, what is everyone looking at? I'm seeing Terry Heimliching this
Oh
woman.
my!
Yeah.
And no one picked up the check.
Oh,
we didn't even
my.
get like a free dessert. And so I don't know. We talk about stuff that happens in our lives. We talk about how we handle our finances. We talk
Mhm.
about our relationship. We talk about how we parent. We talk about mundane things. We talk about things that happen in the news.
Yeah.
We did one episode on The Biggest Loser documentary
Mm.
because Rob Heising is a friend of ours and our personal
Oh,
doctor.
I watched that
He's my
documentary.
doctor,
It was
too.
He is.
fascinating.
Don't
Yeah.
you love Rob?
He's been
Yeah.
with Rob, my Rob, for 30 years.
Is that right? He's
Yeah.
the best.
So I grandfathered in. Yeah, like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Can I
He's the
say that
best.
documentary was fascinating?
It was amazing, right?
I haven't watched it yet.
thought it
Oh,
was
you
amazing.
should watch it.
Yes.
It's crazy. And Rob's so
Yeah.
smart and so clear. And yeah.
He's amazing.
Anyway, it's called Between Us, wherever you get
Oh,
your
I was going to
podcasts.
podcast.
ask
When does it drop?
that.
Wednesdays.
When's okay? But you sound like us. We're like,
I know. We're
like, subscribe.
I think
Yeah.
Wednesdays.
Okay. Well, we're going to tune in this
Thank you.
Wednesday
We
and
sure
every
are.
Wednesday
Thank you.
because
We
who
are.
doesn't want more of the Dubrows?
Of course.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks
Yes.
for having me.
And like, subscribe, do all the things you're
Follow,
supposed
share, comment.
to do. Love us,
Mhm.
hate
Love
us,
Cheers us.
Love
cheers
love
us.
us.
Let's make Heather's
Cheers
show
us.
the biggest humble
Yes, absolutely.
Yet.
Thank you.
Yes.
brag. And thank you for being here. We love you. And go to
Yes.
see your husband. And I'm going to see you for dinner this week.
Okay,
That's
great.
right.
Okay,
Thank
love you.
Love you, Heather. Thank you so much.
Thank
You
you.
are, I love the way you are navigating life
Yeah,
Thank you.
across the board.
it's
Good
very
for you.
inspirational.